Who have lost children or their children is there have been harmed by social media, and we know that they are there in solidarity. Let's see what happens.
How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel. Ha! Aloha everyone, it is Wednesday, February 18th. Yeah, 18th. It is also Ash Wednesday. It's the beginning of Lent. Let's put this on. Okay. It's also windy outside. Little vlog, little news. The wind has been back, and it's good and it's bad in a sense. There's just a little pro and con to it, because the volcano has been going off. If I haven't mentioned that, it subsided the other day. You know, though that fog is very ashy. I mean, you don't see it here on this island, but the wind should blow the fog away. But it's actually kind of blowing it around, because I can feel it with, you know, there's a little bit of why are my eyes bugging me kind of thing, but it should be kind of clearing out there. It's a thing. I mean, asthma people, them people, those asthma people. Well, I mean, someone with any type of respiratory thing would feel the effects in the sense. That being said, okay, I gotta do Toastmasters, so gotta run and be quick. But hopefully I'll be quick. Every time I mention that, I get long. Okay, so Wednesday news. What do we got? Okay, everyone's Trump and his tariffs and his ICE thing and all these programs that are. It's actually his administration, not to pin one person. It's not like focusing on Trump for everyone ready to push the button on Trump derangement syndrome, Trump derangement syndrome. That doesn't make things go away. It's just a stupid label that they make up. He does horrible things and it makes people outraged. Okay. And the other one, I think, the previous one, before Trump derangement syndrome, oh gosh, I could whip it at Toastmasters. Before the TDS was fake outrage, like fake news. They don't like hearing something from the news. Fake news. You're a bad reporter. Your thing in fake news. And if someone's outraged about something that happened that comes from the administration, from the White House, something's outrageous, people say fake outrage. It's like, oh, you're just supposed to take it. Just listen, whatever. They've gone to the effect of trying to suppress the freedom of speech in the First Amendment, and the freedom of speech, freedom of expression with the Kimmel and the Colbert stuff, and now they're trying a little bit harder with that, because on those talk shows, there's a little rule where if you give someone, like political sides, if you give a Democratic on their talk show, then it was give the Republican side on the talk show. It used to be a big thing back when it was Nixon versus Kennedy. The first televised presidential debate was Nixon and Kennedy, JFK Kennedy. and that was a really big thing. So they're so monumental, that Nixon-Kennedy television debate, that it went into a little rule that they had. The FCC had this little rule. If you give any airtime for one side, you have to give airtime for the other side. So they tried to. Stephen Colbert had a critic of Trump on there, and then they demanded this equal airtime. Like now you have to have Pat Bondi on your show, like a platform to spew out, or Stephen Miller on your show. It's like, well, it didn't quite pan out, and the person who was a Trump critic, the FCC person appointed by Trump barred that from being aired using the old FCC rules. It's like, they're doing everything, so you can't criticize Trump. It's much like in Russia, you can't criticize Putin, or you get some plutonium pill or some South African tree frog dart poison. You get killed, thrown out the window. So Putin has no critics. Why? Because they actually go after them. But in the US, he's trying to make FCC go after them or something, and ICE and protesters, two of them got shot. So the administration's moving towards that area in totalitarianism, in freedom of speech. And so there's that. So anyways, and if they get to the freedom of election, so the big thing is the midterm elections, and the approvals are so down that they're really trying to gerrymandering, they're trying this and that, and they want to try to capture the voting machine areas where the voting ballot stuff. They want to take over the election in some places, as in the Republican, the ruling party, will take over the elections and run the elections for you. I say, wait a minute, there's something wrong with that, isn't there? Yes, we'll collect all your votes and we'll tell you who won. Oh, look, we won. Oh, look, I won. Yeah. So, anyways, and what else is going on? I think people in general are a little error about that stuff. But it's Ash Wednesday. It's supposed to fast because it's the beginning of Lent, before, like, self-discipline Lent, fasting, prayer before Easter, 40 days from now. Oh, yeah. I better get going. Oh, there's Hawaiian news. There's Hawaiian news. Oh, what? Oh, there's something there. An invisible ink. Oh. Alright. Looks like we have a stadium news. The Hawaii news. The Aloha Stadium, the big stadium that creaks in the wind, which must be creaking right now, is going to be demolished. Well, it's going to be demolished. It's starting to be demolished right now. So they're actually tearing it down. All these little things, which are big, like iron panels. This is a staircase that goes up to the side. And they're taking it down. So they'll probably be selling the seats. Hey, you want to buy some? I'll have an auction. And of course, they're going over the life and times and legacy influence of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Passed away in 84, was he? And yeah, they're going to sell stuff from this. Okay. What? Oh, sports. We have the coach. I remember when I was on third base. That's the part that played. The party of less. The party for the less. What? God, I can't get over the politic thing. Oh, the coach thing too. No. Well, that's it. It was just coach less. Okay. Oh, back in the day. Man. Back in the day, remember 1981 when computers were just beginning. Oh, look, you go relax with the little, look at that. It's doing something. It's on a stand. There's nearly 400 projects on display at the 24th annual Hawaiian Science and Engineering Fair Blaisdell exhibition. Punahou Senior Robert Zach Center explains the science of his project. What is the science? What is the science of your project? What does that do? It has wires dangling from it. I'm from Punahou. Trust me. What the what? Yeah. How to steal your technology. Is it a political cartoon? It's Wednesday, right? There's no political cartoon. Okay, here we go.
Island project ship gambling, mechanical schools, leader project protect house,
Let's do this one here.
Student protest device reflects poorly on deal.
I am appalled to hear that many Kalaheo High School students protested against immigration and customs enforcement. it shows that the younger generation does not respect authority. I partly blame adults who may have encouraged the students to protest. Being an educator for the State Department of Education, I find it important to educate our children and not indoctrinate them, not to impose our ideology on our students. Our job is also to teach our students how to think and what not to think, to be self-thinkers. The job is to guide our children to make the right decisions. The teachers and administrators who allowed this need to be fired. Alan Kim, Kaneohe. Oh, gee, thank you, Alan, from Kaneohe, who you're an educator, and you're telling them that the teachers and you're fired. I see a little bit of protecting the reputation of ICE or Border Patrol people, the ones that are shooting people, U.S. citizens, dead in the melee of gassing and all that stuff that they're doing. You know, in all, that has the lowest approval rating of anything that so far, even the tariffs and the high prices is low approval rating, but what the president's doing about ICE and doing that immigration, that's even lower. It's even lower rating than Trump himself has a low rating, like 60% disapproval. Now it's going to be higher disapproval or lower approval. When you add on to that, it's pulling them down. But I was in Texas and I had to do social studies, and I went substituting in a social studies class. And I like to sit there early in the class, and I'm looking at this teacher, and they set up the room like in a learning environment for social studies. And I'm like, look at what they did. And it was nothing but bush, flags. It was very nationalistic. And these are things you teach in social studies, right? It's like nationalism, heavy bush. Like you go into there and you're, I'm Republican. I'm in the Republican convention, and you don't do that. You leave it for the students to see both sides, right? That's the thing. You leave it for the students to see both sides. That's why, not to indoctrinate them. But to be able to voice your thing, or to be able to voice and protest is a lot of the American politics and stuff. To protest, freedom of speech, and peaceable assembly. So that's a very good learning experience and hands-on. And I think ICE are doing poorly. And to get them having the experience to be protesting about that is a good thing, that they can actually do something about something else. But, I'm appalled to hear that these high school students protested against ICE. Why? Why are you appalled? You should be going, yeah, you guys, you got out there and did something cool. So I'm thinking the teacher is definitely biased towards the Republican thing. They're just going like, how dare you oppose Trump? The teacher's doing it too. Anyways, it's time to get, gotta go. Aloha, bye now. Aloha to you.
Aloha to you. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get some Aloha.